right, we are live at Collectco for tonight's Facebook record sale. It is 7:02 Central Time. Technically, we started on time, but regardless, we're here. So, if you could go ahead and share, and wherever, we should be live on YouTube as well. At least I hope so. And we're going to get started showing records. I got some great auction stuff to put up for auction. And lots of pre-orders. Thursdays, even the eve of Record Store Day, the eve of Record Store Day, we're getting new vinyl in, which is surprising because usually Record Store Day, there's not a lot of releases if you're not a member of Record Store Day. So YouTube feed is up, great. But this week we actually got quite a bit and a lot of restocks. Music on vinyl, we got music on vinyl stuff that come in, which they're pressed in Holland. So, I mean, I guess all the plants around the world get ready for Record Store Day. But regardless, seems like the UK stuff comes in more than anything pressed in the US. So, looking for a lot more new vinyl than you've ever shown. I've got at least one crate full, and it's about 20 different titles in here. And a lot of it's already sold out, and we're going to have to take waiting list on it. We're sold out from our first allocation. So, thank you, John. John's got us he's got us 5 crates of vintage vinyl. So, okay, yes, Darkness is going to be put up for auction later. $75 start. I'll do that probably in the next 15 or 20 minutes. That's an out-of-print title. I remember when I had them in stock. I don't have them in stock anymore. Okay, Pearl Jam. I'm going to go through these one at a time. If I think I have a pre-order on it, I'm going to show it and then tell you who we have on a pre-order. This first record is Pearl Jam, Building Bridges, the acoustic broadcast. It's a 2 LP gatefold. Pearl Jam, Building Bridges. We've had this before, and we had quite a few people waiting on one. And the people waiting on one was Joe Barrios, Kelsey Robinson, Chris Kirkley, William Simmons, and Hayden Tubman. If you are one of those people, Joe Barrios, Kelsey Robinson, Chris Kirkley, William Simmons, or Hayden Tubman, then we already have a Pearl Jam Building Bridges pulled for you. If you're not on that list and you want one, I only have 2 left. That's Pearl Jam, the acoustic broadcast, Building Bridges, $39.99. For some reason, that really don't look like Eddie Vedder, but it is $39.99. I have not shared it, no. I have not shared it in the group yet. I don't have my other phone, which is okay. Next is Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul Live. Now, we also had some people waiting on this one. That was Michael Manning and Brian Sharkey. Michael Manning and Brian Sharkey. We've already got you a Stevie Ray Vaughan Soul to Soul Live pulled. Those are $33.99 if anybody else wants one. Another 2 LP live Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is a live show from 1985. That is Stevie Ray Vaughan Soul to Soul. Yes, we have Darkness. We have Darkness. What's it called? Permission. I almost said Failure to Land. Permission to Land. We're going to put that up in just a second. I've got about 10 really good auctions, most that were featured on Facebook for sale. So, I got a couple of the Stevie Ray Vaughans and Pearl Jam. That's the first 2 records we've shown tonight. Dwayne and Greg Allman. A lot of this is restocks. That's why I've got them staggered this way, just so we can go ahead and get them out of the way. I think we only have one to sell, though. Greg and Dwayne Allman, pre-Allman Brother recordings, 1968. They were right on the verge of being, quote, the Allman Brothers. But I have one pulled for David Cordell and Lillian McCurry. David Cordell and Lillian McCurry. And that's on the Dwayne and Greg Allman. And those are $31.99. $31.99. Didn't get a notice. I know, I guess I didn't see a lot of people hop on right away. I don't know if Facebook sent out a notification, which is not good. So, Kevin Tays, first new sell of the night to Kevin Tays. That's on the Stevie Ray Vaughan Soul to Soul Live. Seen Candlebox last night by his acoustic tour. And I missed Jerry Stone's. I will be the first. Oh my gosh, I did. I will be the first purchase tonight. Iron Maiden, Power Slave, and Wet Leg. I can pull you both of those. They're right over here from last week. Let me get them out for you. Iron Maiden, Power. If there's a wet leg, okay, I'll wait till we get to the wet leg over here, and let me see if I can find Power Slave. Right here. Yep, we got one left. And then, Jerry, I'll pull you a wet leg when we get to it. So, my bad. The first sale of the night goes to Jerry Stone. There's his Iron Maiden Power Slave. I have one left. Iron Maiden Power Slave, $56.99. And that's Jerry Stone's. The first Stevie Ray Vaughan went to Kevin Tays. Daniel Cody gets the other one. And Calvin, we're going to have to put you on a waiting list, which I planned on. If I sold out, I planned on reordering that one anyway. So, Calvin, you'll be the first alternate or first on the waiting list when the Stevie Ray Vaughans come back in. Okay, I've already showed Dwayne. I have trouble saying that together. Greg and Dwayne Allman, those are $31.99. I still got one of those left. We've been posting a lot of videos on our Facebook page, a lot of flip videos. And if you post a lot, Facebook won't give you that notification. I've learned a lot of secrets. So that's why sometimes about the only thing we post on our main page is just our live streams and ads. I don't make a lot of announcements or posts. That's why I've had to set up all these groups and group messages. And Facebook, they don't give you a lot of freedom. So, or they don't give you a lot of free stuff. I'll put it that way. If you want to really you can have 15,000 followers, but if you want to hit 10% of them, you're lucky. And if you want to hit all of them, you'll probably have to spend a couple $1,000s. So I'm going to get to it here in a minute. The Munsters, I've got them in this bin. But the Munsters, I've got one pulled for Jennifer Chandler. The Munsters, Jennifer Chandler, this is $29.99. The Munsters Rock Out, limited edition, pumpkin orange with black splatter. That's going to look pretty cool. The Munsters. And like I said last time, this record is an OG that originally came out on Decca, and this is an exact reissue of it. I've yet to ever find one of those. They're quite expensive too, or quite challenging to find. So Munsters did come in. Jennifer, I've got you with one. No, it's never too early to be buying Halloween records, because around Halloween they get difficult to find. So the Munsters and Calvin Ward, that was the last comment. You're back up on Stevie Ray Vaughan. I only have one of these, but we've had them before. It's Chris Cornell's No One Sings Like You Anymore. That is $31.99. Munster sold to Stacy and Munster sold to Kayla. And I will be ordering more of those again. So, as always, if you hear me sell out of something, please comment like I'm sold out of Munsters, but please comment just like you're buying another one. And there's probably more already on the way. Because I order things, sometimes we order 100 of something or 50. Sometimes we order 2s and 3s, and then we order another 2 and 3, and another 2 and 3. So, Chris Cornell is $31.99. And there's Jerry Stone's Wet Leg. I have more of these if anybody else wants one. This is a new released Wet Leg, the debut album. They're $29.99. They are colored vinyl. Lots of positive reviews. I have not got to listen to it myself. That is $29.99. That's Jerry Stone's, but we have more if anybody else wants one. Also, if you're just hopping on, we are just doing our very first bin of new vinyl. I'm about to start rolling a couple auctions, and after that, we have lots and lots of vintage. But there's about 20 different titles of new vinyl in here I want to do all at once. So, this is a new release from Music on Vinyl. Joe Jackson, Summer in the City. These are $56.99. Limited edition, 1,500 copies on orange vinyl. Live in New York, an intimate setting including Fools in Love. It's different for girls. That's Joe Jackson, Music on Vinyl. That is $56.99. 2 LP, Music on Vinyl. Chris Wood wants on the Munsters waiting list. And Chad, can you order the new Bryan Adams album? It should be for sale now. I will check on that. New Bryan Adams. Okay, we need to write that down, Tanner. There's, as always, there is so many new this, because it's Record Store Day, 690 titles coming out this week. And what do I have here? 20 or 30? And it's going to take me probably 40 minutes after I go through them thoroughly twice. And a lot of them are restocks, but I'm talking about new releases. And probably new releases, I've only got, what, 3 or 5, maybe 7 in here. So it is insane the amount of new stuff that comes out every week. George Buchanan on Joe Jackson. We have one of those left. George Buchanan on Joe Jackson. The Stevie Ray Vaughan you missed was Soul to Soul Live. the 1985 broadcast. They're $33.99. We are sold out, but we already have somebody on a waiting list. So we will be getting more. Greg, if you want one. It's Soul to Soul Live 1985 broadcast. Okay, Tin Machine. Here's a new reissue that they've already had, but they did backwards on this one. Now they did black vinyl on this one. Now they're doing colored vinyl. Tin Machine 2, which features David Bowie, limited edition 1,500 copies on crystal clear and turquoise vinyl. $44.99 for Tin Machine 2, music on vinyl. Tin Machine 2, and that's limited, numbered, and colored. Tin Machine 2. Those are $44.99. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got several of those. I got 5. 5 Tin Machines, limited and colored. Next is, first time ever showing this, Misfits Project 1950. And it's in like an oversized cover. And they're only $25.99. I don't know what this is, but it's the Misfits, and I've never had it before. Well, I've only got 2. $25.99. Will Harper also wants on the Munsters waiting list. Will Harper on the Munsters waiting list. And the Misfits is sold to Jess Lynn. I've got one more left. I have a feeling we're going to have to reorder this one. Mike Massey wants the other. Misfits Project 1950. I don't keep up with the Misfits enough to know if that's an actual new release or a new re-release. Looks interesting, though. Next, Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits. I think last Saturday we sold our last in-store copy, and we always have to have this in stock. That is literally her greatest hits, and they're $25.99. Piece of My Heart. Try Just a Little Bit Harder. Me and Bobby McGee. Down on Me. Summertime. Move Over. Ball and Chain. Travis Parmalee also wants a Misfits. Travis, we will put you on the reorder list, and we will probably have those in first of next week, unless they're sold out or discontinued. Stephen Roberts, you're also on the waiting list, and Sherry Darnell wants a Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits. So if I notice we sell out of something here in the store that's very popular like that, Janis Joplin, we will reorder it and obviously show it here when it comes in, but these will probably go straight into our bins here in the store. This is a Brian May of Queen. This is Brian May's solo album from Queen, Another World. The second solo album from Queen's Brian May, available for the first time on vinyl. Those are $41.99. Brian May from Queen. Haven't had that one before. And for our jazz fans, Blue Note Tone Poet. This is the newest Blue Note Tone Poet. Comes out this week. Hank Mobley, Curtain Call, featuring Kenny Dorham and Sonny Clark. Those are $47.99. $47.99. Very nice tip-on jacket. Excellent quality, of course, from the Blue Note Tone Poet. Those are $47.99. I have 2 of them. Hank Mobley, Curtain Call. And Peter Gabriel's back in stock. His 4th solo album. This is a half-speed master featuring Shock the Monkey. $26.99. We have 3 Peter Gabriels. For some reason, we get the OGs of those in. We had one last week, but they always sell. So, Paul Brothers wants a Joe Jackson. That was from earlier. We pull that for Paul Brothers. Michael Massey wants a Peter Gabriel, and it is a half-speed master, his 4th solo album. Michael Massey on a Peter Gabriel. All right, what's next in here? Brian White wants on the Munsters list, please. Brian White. 7:20, I'm going to start our first 2 auctions, which this is a highly requested one. That's why I put it in our Facebook ad this week. Jerry Stone wants a Peter Gabriel. Brian White on the Munsters waiting list. And next is new release for this week. This is a new reissue from Friday Music. Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. Let me find my list. We have one down for Jason Kenton, Walt Cruz, Richard Allen, Aaron Watts, and John Sheehan. This is 2 LP, red vinyl, Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous, $59.99. Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. 2 LP, reissue, remaster, Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. That's on red vinyl from Friday Music. Those are $59.99. Jason, Walt, Richard, Aaron, and John. I already have you down for one. Jerry Stone also wants a Peter Gabriel, or did I already call that one out? Okay, so yeah, because I've only got 2 up here. Michael, Jerry, and Tyler Browning gets the last one. Tyler Browning gets the last Peter Gabriel. Daryl, I will obviously be ordering this one again, but they're $26.99 if you want one, Daryl. And the last one went to Tyler Browning. Thin Lizzy, I've got 2 of those left. I love Thin Lizzy. Of course, I've always known Boys Are Back in Town and Jailbreak. I started listening to their discography, about a year and a half ago, and it's amazing. They are so good. They're so good. I mean, if you've never sit down and listened to a lot of their studio albums from beginning to end, you're really missing out. So, Brian White on the Peter Gabriel list, and also Daryl Jenkins. We're gonna have a lot to reorder, as I expected. There's the Thin Lizzy list. Next is Old Crow Medicine Show, $28.99. Now this one's weird because I told y'all they ship us sometimes these box store exclusives. This one actually has a Walmart exclusive sticker on it, $28.99. The other ones have just this other hot sticker on it. So I've got 2 different Old Crow Medicine Show, Paint This Town. They're $28.99. $28.99. Paul Brothers also wants on the Peter Gabriel waiting list. Also Paul Brothers. Tower of Power came in this week. This was a pre-order from Music on Vinyl. East Grease Bay. Preston Rogers, Bill Toe, and Matt Stafford. We have Tower of Power in. Tower of Power, East Grease Bay, $38.99 if you don't have one already. Those are $38.99. I've got several of those available, 4 or 5 actually. Old Crow Medicine Show is $28.99. Paint This Town. You can have the one with the Walmart exclusive. Now, I don't know if these are colored vinyl either. I don't really know, but that's all I can tell you. Oh, Motley Crue. I only have 1 left after we filled our waiting sheet, which is a bunch. David Cordell. These are $24.99. We always have a ton of these back ordered, and they come in periodically. So I have 1 left to give to someone tonight, and then after that, it's another waiting list. But here's who got one already. We had several come in. David Cordell, Jeff Whitney, Deborah Devaney, Nate Johnson, Wayne Heat, Jerry Stone, Eric Fisher, Will Harper, and Todd Pratt. You already have for tonight's show a Motley Crue Too Fast for Love. I only have 1 left after all that. I've sold hundreds and hundreds of those probably. I don't know how many times I've ordered 50 copies of that and we sell out. David Cordell, Jeff Whitney, Deborah Devaney, Nate Johnson, Wayne Heat, Jerry Stone, Eric Fisher, Will Harper, and Todd Pratt. I've got 1 left to claim. If that's not claimed, it's going to blow my mind. So that's the Motley Crue list. And yeah, we need to probably post that first.
It's only limited to 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah, we need to at least get 1. Who is this? Charlie Crockett. I only have 1 of them. Little GL presents Jukebox Charlie Crockett, $25.99. Calvin Ward takes the Motley Crue. I was about to say, I guess I've sold either nobody wants one anymore or they already have one. So Calvin Ward on Motley Crue and Lasley King on Charlie Crockett. I hope this wasn't a special order for somebody, but we'll see. Lasley, that's yours though. Charlie Crockett and Dakota, you're going to be first back up on the next shipment of Motley Crue, which is perfectly fine because there's always a Motley Crue waiting list of some sort. Okay, what's next here? We're getting near the end of this bin. There's not much left. Then we're going to jump into vintage. I want to do all this first. It's going to be much better that way since we got lots of vintage to show. On sale, new arrivals. Elvis at Stax. This is a new release this week from Music on Vinyl. These are $49.99. Elvis at Stax, limited edition 2000 on blue vinyl. And I already have a waiting list for Regina Tabor, Scott Corcoran, Alexandria White, Chris Ferrara, Brian Baskin, and Jason Dutton. Regina Tabor, Scott Corcoran, Alexandria White, Chris Ferrara, Brian Baskin, and Jason Dutton. That is Elvis at Stax, Music on Vinyl, 2LP, 2000, pressed, blue vinyl, $49.99. Did you find the Pat Benatar icon? I have not, Jerry. We are still, and I flipped through a lot of records the other night, and I still haven't found it yet. So it's either sold or it's hiding somewhere, and I think it's hiding somewhere. Do you have the new Alex Lifeson project, Envy of None? I do not. I have forgot to order that, but I need to. David Howard wants an Elvis at Stax. I've got 3 of those left. Blue vinyl, limited and numbered from Elvis on music on vinyl. And the last record, we've got a bunch of them. Coulter Wall, Songs of the Plains. These are just $26.99. $26.99, Coulter Wall, Songs of the Plains. We've got 10 of those in. That's always a heavy request. I think now we have all 3 or 4 of Coulter Wall's albums in stock at this moment. Unbelievable. $26.99. That's never happened. We've never had them all in at once. There's the Elvis at Stax order. Now here's some stuff that we got in that we only got in the exact number. Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again, picture disc. Andrea Crow and Paul Brothers. I've got you down for one. Foo Fighters, In Your Honor. If you want on this waiting list, we only had one come in. That went to Paul Brothers. Greg, Tillman, and Patty. You're now the last 3, unless anybody adds to that list tonight. Foo Fighters, In Your Honor. I think those are $33.99. And then Megadeth, Killing. Megadeth, Killing. 2 more came in. John Lang and Chris Woods. Megadeth, Killing in whatever that one's called. And Bill Fratsky and Patty Williams, you're now at the top of that list for Megadeth. And the last record of new vinyl for tonight, can someone hand me the Smashing Pumpkins? I just need one of them. Smashing Pumpkins came in, which is a big deal. That's why I saved it for last. Smashing Pumpkins Pure Acoustic Broadcast. I have quite a list, but here it is. This is Smashing Pumpkins Pure Acoustic Unplugged 1993. These are $33.99. I've already got one pulled for Walt Cruz, Crystal Galvin, Josh Huddleston, Stacy Metternich, Jerry Stone, George Buchanan, Paul Brothers, Scott Plants, Dwayne Sevilla. Those are all been pulled for you. Smashing Pumpkins Pure Acoustic. I've got a bunch of these available. I hope we sell out of them. If not, that's okay, because we don't get a lot of Smashing Pumpkins stuff in. Pure Acoustic. And I have one for Eric Reisman, Nate Johnson, and Stephen Tuttle. I don't have those in front of me to hand them out, Tanner, but I will call out the names to you. We have Eric Reisman, Nate Johnson, Stephen Tuttle, William Simmons, Greg Hagewood. Tracks, Rocket, Cherub Rock, Today, Disarm, Space Boy, Dancing in the Moonlight, Landslide, By June, Mayonnaise, Hummer Blue, Siva, Smiley Surfer, and Rhinoceros. That's the tracks on that. So we have Eric Reisman, Nate Johnson. How many do we have over there? We might need to, I think I have a plenty for everybody who's called them out. Eric Reisman, Nate Johnson, Stephen Tuttle, William Simmons, Greg Hagewood, Jerry Stone. How much was Megadeth? I think it was $30-something 99. David Robertson also wants one. Let me just grab that crate right quick. Are those, is that Eat a Peach and Marvin Gaye? I guess that's good for sale, isn't it? So, okay. All right, let me, I want to actually physically count these. Otherwise, sometimes we oversell or undersell. But I got a whole crate of them here, so should be good. Bryan Adams, Reckless. No, I do not. No, I do not. Let's see here. Japanese has not went up for auction yet. Not a single one. Eric Reisman, Nate Johnson, Stephen Tuttle, William Simmons, Greg Hagewood, Jason Kenton, David Robertson. Those are all sold right there. Smashing Pumpkins. That's what I have left right here in this crate. Okay. All right. First auction of the night while I'm grabbing another crate is The Darkness, Permission to Land. This is an out-of-print title. Gatefold. It's got a light sleeve crackle up there. Vinyl's near mint. Let's see here. I don't know exactly what version this is, but all of them right now aren't really too cheap. Has the original inner sleeve, and it has a poster with it. I don't think this is an actual 2003, but yes, it does have the poster with it, and it's near mint. Heck, it might be. I just scanned it. I scanned the barcode and I seen what, you know, high, medium, low was. So $75 start on The Darkness, Permission to Land. None for sale right now. When I scan this barcode, None for sale on Discogs. 0. $75 start on the Darkness. I'm pretty sure that's an OG press. So Jason just said the same thing. Jason Bishop, or excuse me, Joe Barrios. Joe Barrios on Smashing Pumpkins. And if anybody wants any of the numbers or matrix on there, just let me know, and I will be glad to give them to you. The Darkness is a $75 start. And let me grab our first crate of new vintage stuff, and of course it's going to be check condition. Well, this one's not, but we'll grab the check condition crate. I always like to start with the check condition because usually the titles in here are really, really good. Darkness Walk Cruise is at 75. Let me grab another one. This one I think is also an OG press, and we have a lot of requests for his stuff. This is Shooter Jennings, and I believe, I was looking at it, I'm pretty sure this is the 2005 OG of this. This stuff all came, if y'all remember the Dallas collection, the guy we met in Memphis, this is still stuff. We found 3 more boxes of his stuff. Well, yes, we haven't got it all out yet. There's still a bunch back there. I found this, I found the Darkness, and we're going to put this one up for auction for a $35 start, which I think, from what I scanned, is a deal at a starting bid. Shooter Jennings, $35. It's near mint, and this is the 2005. So, Shooter Jennings, if you want to bid on Shooter, $35 start. Walk Cruise is at 75 on the Darkness, which I believe, from my initial research, is an OG press, 2005, with poster, inner sleeve. Very nice. So that Shooter Jennings is out of print, and of course Darkness is too, if you're looking for a reissue. So first bin of new vintage arrivals, and I think tomorrow or Saturday we're going to spend some time and work on getting the rest of that Dallas stuff out, because the stuff that I put on Facebook, all that stuff, that was from one box that I kind of flipped through. So, okay. We have Boston, Don't Look Back. These are all check condition records. Boston, Don't Look Back is a VG Plus $24.99. Boston, Don't Look Back, VG Plus $24.99. Lisa Hartman, Hold On, in shrink wrap, VG Plus $9.99. The Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits, a VG copy, $7.99. Greatest Hits of the Fifth Dimension. Queen, News of the World, is a VG copy, $14.99. This was some stuff we bought in store today, the Queen, and there's also a really good soundtrack. Michael Harrell's at 42 on Shooter Jennings. Walk Cruise is at 75 on Darkness. Going once, going twice. I'm going to go ahead and say that's right now to Walk Cruise, $75. Summer Brewington takes the Queen. Sold to Summer Brewington. Kansas, Point of No Return, VG Plus $14.99. Rydell Martin, you were second on Queen. Who is this? Who is this? Zaza? Zaza? Zaza. Baby Grand label. Zaza is a VG Plus $19.99. Nate Johnson is at 80 on the Darkness. Jonathan's out on Shooter. Michael Harrell has it for 42 right now. Stevie Wonder, For Once in My Life. That is not priced. Let me take a look here. Has the original Motown sleeve. Looks pretty clean. We're going to call it a VG Plus though, because it must be something in here. We'll say that's $19.99. $19.99. Stevie Wonder, For Once in My Life. Walk Cruise is at 85 on the Darkness, and we'll say going once, going twice to Shooter Jennings to Michael Harrell, $42. Quick recap on that. Shooter Jennings, the actual name of the album is Put the O Back in Country, 2005 OG. Rydell Martin on Stevie Wonder. Tanner, that one's not priced, but I said VG Plus $19.99 on that one. Nate Johnson's at 86 on Darkness. Uncle Remus, Walt Disney's Uncle Remus, VG copy $14.99. ZZ Top, Tejas, VG Plus $24.99. Yes, CDs definitely during part 2. We have at least a whole nother box to try to dig through. And lots of half-off stuff tonight, which we will be doing as soon as here in part 1, as soon as we go through all the new arrivals at least once. And for whoever's, if I don't know if Gabby's watching, but we do have a half crate of gospel records to do an experiment. So Walt Disney's Uncle Remus is a VG copy, $14.99. And we have Walt Cruz at 90 on Darkness. Jeannie Pinnell was second on Uncle Remus. And Michael says he needs to cancel on Shooter. So that goes back to 40, Jonathan Bodine. Jonathan Bodine. Jonathan, are you still in on Shooter at $40? If so, we're going to back it back to you. So Uncle Remus went to Jonathan. Jeannie Pinnell was next. Nate Johnson on ZZ Top. And Nate Johnson's back in on Darkness. We got a battle for Darkness going between Walt and Nate. Jonathan says he's in. Okay, so let me recap that. Jonathan, I'm getting Nate's and Jonathan's mixed up. Jonathan is at $40 on the Shooter Jennings. 2005, near mint. Going once, going twice. Okay, next is 10 Years After, Rock and Roll Music to the World. Excellent, $17.99. Rock and Roll Music to the World, excellent, $17.99. Billy Joel, 52nd Street, VG Plus, $19.99. Walt Cruz is at 101 on Darkness. No copies for sale at the moment. That's what happens when they're not reissuing stuff. The OGs and the reissues get expensive, but that's an OG. Jay Maloof, that's Jess Lynn. Jess Lynn is at 42. Supertramp, Breakfast in America is a VG Plus, $14.99. Supertramp, Breakfast in America, nice looking copy. The Force, isn't this a Warner Brothers sampler? Yeah, this is another one of those Warner Brothers compilations, VG Plus, $14.99. Fleetwood Mac, Percy Sledge, Jethro Tull, Kenny Rankin, Montrose, Deep Purple, BTO, Todd Rundgren. That's a Warner Brothers. They did a lot of samplers. Alice Cooper Show. The Alice Cooper Show is a VG copy, $9.99. Stacy Metternich gets The Force. You can always count on Stacy buying a compilation. Kristen Moss, you were second. The Temptations, Truly For You. Truly For You is a VG Plus, $9.99. Mike Cochran on 10 Years. That's 10 Years After. Sold to Mike Cochran. Thank you. Nate Johnson's at 102 on Darkness. Jess Lynn is at 42 on Shooter Jennings. Going once, going twice. Jennifer Chandler on Alice Cooper Show. Sold to Jennifer Chandler. Stacy Chris Brown. Sorry, Stacy. On Billy Joel. And Wayne Heat, you were second on Alice Cooper. Deborah Devaney on Supertramp, Breakfast in America. Those are all sold. Deborah Devaney got that. Jennifer Chandler got the Alice Cooper. Let's see. Slave, Visions of the Light. Slave, Visions of the Light is a VG Plus, $9.99. Darkness is up for bid. Shooter Jennings, that's our only two auctions of the night. Coming up, or that's our only two auctions so far of the night. Coming up next is we got Japanese Zeppelins, Japanese Whitney Houston, Rod Stewart, Walmart exclusive, Led Zeppelin 3, it's a German pressing, Stevie Ray Vaughan, OG, Metallica, Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road picture disc. That's some of the stuff that's on deck right now. They're waiting to be put up to bat. Slave, Rydell Martin, sold to Rydell Martin. Dave Loggins, musical or apprentice in a musical workshop, VG Plus, $9.99. Fantastic stuff on that. Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster, is VG Plus, $14.99. And we got to put Houses of the Holy up next for Sean has a panic attack. We've got to put House of the Holy up next. Sean may have a panic attack if we don't. Soul Station, Hank Mobley. This is from the radio station purchase. We're still digging records out of that. And this is a VG Plus, $24.99. VG Plus, $24.99. And, okay, where are we at on our auctions? I think Jess Lynn is going to get Shooter going twice, going three times. Jess Lynn on the Shooter Jennings, $42. And the Darkness is a 2005 OG gatefold, original poster, has one spine crackle on that, original inner sleeve, near mint vinyl, featuring I Believe in a Thing Called Love, right there, title track. I've listened to the whole album, though. It's really good. They're a really good band. So, Okay, and what's next? Walt Cruz, Permission to Land, that's a request. And Alan Jonathan wants the Soul Station. Sold to Alan Jonathan. Still got Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster. Asia, self-titled. This is excellent, $17.99. Heat of the Moment, Only Time Will Tell. Soul Survivor, those first 3 tracks was great. I thought Walt, yeah, and the bid on Darkness right now is Walt Cruz at 110. Walt Cruz is at 110 on the Darkness. Fresh Cream, that's Cream's first album. Don't see that too often. That's the U.S. press. VG Plus, $24.99. VG Plus, $24.99. Fresh Cream. Don't see that too often. Stacy Chris Brown on Asia. The bid on Darkness is going once, going twice to Walt Cruz for 110. Like I said, there's no copies for sale on Discogs right now. So let's go ahead and put up a new auction. First, we got to sell this one. Shooter Jennings is sold to Jess Lynn, a.k.a. on YouTube, Jay Maloof. That is sold for $42. How much is Molly Hatchet? Molly, Flirting with Disaster, is a VG Plus, $24.99 with a really cool Frank Frazetta artwork. Original lyric inner sleeve, epic label. It's an epic album. So let's grab the Japanese. I got to be honest, I really hadn't looked at these since I bought them. So let's take a look at the Japanese Houses of the Holy. Japanese pressing of Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy. Catalog number P8288A. These are in, as always, immaculate condition. Really nice. It looks like we've got the original. We got the Japanese insert and the U.S. inner sleeve that came with it. Gatefold pressing, of course. What am I thinking? $65 start. Seems cheap enough. Japanese pressing of House of the Holy. $65 start on Zepp Houses. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Going twice, going 3 times, The Darkness. Walt Cruz is at 110. It's about to be hammered. Scratch that. Matt Giddens is in at 115. Fresh Cream. We already showed that. Ricky Van Shelton, Wild Eyed Dream is a VG Plus, $9.99. Sean's at 70 on Houses of the Holy. We have Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Works. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Works is excellent, $17.99. And Wings Greatest Hits, VG Plus, $17.99. I think this has, could it? It does. This has the poster with it too. Wings Greatest Hits with inner sleeve. That is VG Plus, $17.99. Uh-oh, feed's moving fast. Matt's at 115 on Darkness. Sean, 70. Jamie, 75. Calvin, 72. Susie on Ricky Van Shelton. Susie's on Ricky Van Shelton. 77 on Houses, 85 on Houses. Calvin Ward, you were next on Ricky Van Shelton. And Bob Riger, you were first to Wings Greatest Hits. I've been listening to that a lot lately in preparation for McCartney next month. He'll be here before we know it. Sean's at 86 on Houses. Jamie's at 88. 80's at 87. Sean's at 100 on Zeppelin's House of the Holy. We also have a copy of Led Zeppelin 4 to auction off as well. Queen Jazz, we just bought this morning. Let's see if it's got the poster. I don't think it does. No poster. We actually had to put a new inner sleeve in it too. VG Plus, $24.99. It is strange. But this is one of the only Queen albums from their early catalog, or I should say some of their hot-hitting 70s stuff that they don't reissue. They're not reissuing Queen Jazz right now. You can get The Game, you can get the first album, News of the World. We cannot order Jazz right now. I don't know what's up with that. So Sean's at 100 on Zeppelin. Justin Hawkins would not be disappointed if I go 125 on Stacy, you were second on Wings, and Nate Johnson, you were first to Queen. Larry Underhill was next. Nate Johnson got the Queen. Next record. What could it be? It could be anything. It's Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Pictures at an Exhibition, VG Plus, $14.99. Journey, Evolution, is a VG Plus, $14.99. And Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare. Alice is a VG copy, $9.99. If you're just hopping on, this is our first bin of vintage, check condition, of course. We've went through all of our new vinyl arrivals for tonight, but we will go through them again later. We got 2 records up for auction, and we got some really good stuff. Sean is at Emerson, Lake and Palmer. He takes Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Sean Foxbauer. Kevin Tays first on Alice Cooper. Then Nate Johnson. And then Susie Breedlove is first to Journey. Walt Crew says he's in at 125 on Darkness. And then Timothy Horn was third on Alice Cooper. Well, I've actually showed 2 Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Sean, I'm assuming you want pictures at an exhibition. But Works is available. Works Volume 2 is available as well if you want it. Ed and Frankie wouldn't be disappointed if I take. Darkness is at 130. All right. Journey Frontiers, another Journey, is a VG Plus $14.99. Journey Frontiers. Sean did want pictures at an exhibition. I used to say expedition, but I noticed it was exhibition. So I got myself corrected on that one naturally. One more From the Road, live Leonard Skinner. 2 LP, the original lineup. VG copy, $14.99. Alan Jonathan, first on Journey. Next is McCartney. Paul McCartney, and the name of the album is McCartney, his first solo album. VG Plus, $19.99. Randall, Molly Hatchet is $24.99. It is a VG Plus. Susie, you were next on Journey. Kevin Tays, first to Leonard Skinner. Kevin Tays. Nate Johnson, you're next. Kevin and Nate battle out a lot of stuff quietly. There are a lot of 1s and 2s back and forth between them. Kevin Tays got Leonard Skinner. Nate was next. Sean, we've already sold Ricky Van Shelton. And McCartney is available if anybody wants it. Our half-off stuff tonight is going to be fantastic. I went through every vintage record in this store that we had stickered. And if it was April or back, which we'd already pulled a lot of stuff before that, but mostly April dates, everything's going to be half off. And we got 13 crates. It's going to take us the rest of the month to show those if we do a crate or 2 every show. So, especially if we keep showing new arrivals. Pharaoh Sanders live. This is from the radio station purchase. VG Plus $24.99. Walt Cruz is back in on Darkness 132. We need to put Going Once, Going Twice on the Led Zeppelin for Sean. $100 on the Led Zeppelin House of the Holy. Going Once, Going Twice, Sean Crupper. That is $100 on the button. Final call, or it's going to be his. And we still have bids coming in for Darkness, as I expected. I kind of figured Darkness would probably it'd be up for bid for at least a half hour. So, Pharaoh Sanders sold to Alan Jonathan. He's got both of the jazz titles tonight. Easy Rider soundtrack is a VG copy, $14.99. The Easy Rider soundtrack features Hendrix, The Byrds, Steppenwolf, Electric Prunes. That is a VG copy, $14.99. Yes, I have one Eat a Peach left that's on the new colored vinyl. We have 1 copy left. Matt Giddens is back in on Darkness 135. The battle continues. I don't know what this is. Just kidding. It is Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. A VG Plus, $39.99. It has the original inner sleeve, and it's on the US OG label. $39.99. Francis Drennan back in Francis Drennan first to Easy Rider. Sherry Darnell was second. Kevin Tays gets Pink Floyd. Summer Brewington was second. Walt Cruz is at 137 on Darkness. Going twice, going 3 times. 3 times on the Zeppelin Houses of the Holy. Def Leppard, Pyromania. Wow. It is, well, it's $24.99, but he didn't put the grade. It's definitely a check condition record. That looks like I'm going to be conservative just in case and say a VG copy. VG copy, Def Leppard, Pyromania, $24.99. Sold to Nate Johnson. Matt Giddens is back in on Darkness at 140. Nate first on Def Leppard, then Carlos. Eat a Peach is what, $52.99? The one on top of that crate right over there. Can you hand me that? Go ahead and hand me that and the Marvin Gaye. Because
what was that,
say that again.
What was that comment?
Mark. Uh, Tara, I think they're tagging somebody. Tara Bell, yeah, I think whoever Tara Bell is, they tag somebody. Yeah, that's nothing in the bin. Okay, yeah, the Eat a Peach, they're $53.99. This is the limited to 500 exact replica of the OG, has the insert with it and everything. $53.99. Blue vinyl and pink vinyl that kind of matches the cover. We only have one of those. We've took a waiting list like 5 times on that. And then here's the newest Marvin Gaye 2LP all analog cut. Probably the nicest, best sounding one in print right now that's affordable, and that is $43.99. Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Those two are available to purchase right now. We only have one of each, but we're probably going to order more of the others if we can. And Sean, not only are you the high bidder, but it is sold to you for $100. I've gave that a final warning, I think, 3 times now. You get the Led Zeppelin for $100. And Walt Cruz is at $143 on the Darkness. He really wants the Darkness. And Matt says he's out. Okay, fair enough. If this is the end of the road, thanks for everybody who's bid. When I found this back there last night, it was like, let's see, what was it? It's about 3 in the morning. I walked by a crate of records and I was like, whoa, I didn't know I had this. It happens all the time back there. So then I was like, I got to get a Facebook ad going for tomorrow. Walt Cruz going once, going twice on the Darkness. As soon as I sell that, I'll put 2 new auctions up. Street Survivors, wow, OG Flames cover, VG copy, $34.99. OG Flames cover. It has the MCA inner sleeve. Does it have anything else with it? I don't see any inserts or anything like that. Just the inner sleeve. $34.99. Is that Marvin 45? No, Marvin plays at a 33. I listened to one. It sounds phenomenal. Something Special, the best of Tommy James and the Shondells, is a VG copy, $9.99. And Tres Hombres, ZZ Top, VG copy, $14.99. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees, is a VG Plus, $14.99. And Alice Cooper Goes to Hell, VG Plus, $19.99. All right, Darkness is sold to Walt, $143. Let's put that in a sleeve for him, first of all. And then Wayne Heat is first on ZZ Top. Mark Robinson takes Led Zeppelin, or excuse me, LS. Leonard Skinner. Wayne Heat on ZZ Top. Leonard Skinner. I figured there'd be a few people after that one. So the story on this one, this album was released. Leonard Skinner, fantastic album. What? A week after it was released, the tragic plane crash. I think it killed everyone but maybe a couple people on this cover. They recalled it because of, they had just died, and it's got the Flames cover kind of, however you want to word that. But what's weird is as many records as we buy and sell, we see more Flames covers than we do the reissue cover. And I honestly believe there's more Flames covers that were printed than the reissue cover. But that's the story on that, if you didn't know that. Mark Robinson on Leonard Skinner. The original Flames cover was recalled kind of as, I'm trying to figure out the word here, respect to the band and their family. So Tommy James is a VG copy, $9.99. And Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees, that's loaded with some hits. VG Plus, $14.99. Alice Cooper was a VG Plus, $19.99. And iRobot, Alan Parsons Project, VG Plus, $14.99. $14.99. My first win on a Coletco auction. Wow. I know you've bid on a lot, but usually you have bad luck. So, October 77. Yeah, and that was a really good album. I mean, Leonard Skinner put out, Pronounce, Second Helping, and they had Something Fancy or whatever the other one was. But Nothing Fancy. What was it called? Nothing Fancy, right. And then Street Survivors was a great album, and then, of course, tragedy happened. So, Susie Breedlove got Boz Scaggs. Devo, VG, $9.99. Ronnie Van Zant, Steve Gaines. Only 2. Okay, there's 2 that, it was one of the 2. I knew all of them but 2, or 2 on the cover. So, yes, definitely Ronnie Van Zant, which was the lead singer, and I think who also wrote most of the songs. Gray Star, Telephone Sex, VG Plus $39.99. Let me make sure I'm reading that right. Gray Star telephone sex. VG Plus $39.99. Wow. That's the label is Gray Star. That's kind of an obscure record there. Devo is sold to Kevin Tays and Joshua Noblet, which I think is a new person, but you were second on that one. The ebullient Mr. Gillespie, the ebullient Mr. Gillespie. We're getting into some strange stuff here at the end. It's on Verve. Is this Dizzy? Is that who this is? Yeah, Dizzy Gillespie. VG copy, $19.99. Pink Floyd Metal is a VG copy, $29.99. Pink Floyd Metal, VG copy, $29.99. Changes, 1, which is a David Bowie Greatest Hits. This is a VG Plus, $29.99. Space Oddity, Changes, Ziggy Stardust, Rebel, Young Americans, Fame, and Golden Years, along with some others. VG Plus, $29.99. Steely Dan Countdown to Ecstasy is a VG Plus, $44.99. Ah, we finally found one. This has the Blocks label on it, which I'm looking for one of those labels on Can't Buy a Thrill, the ABC block label. Looks like children's blocks. That's OG first presses of those. Trying to find one of those on their first album. That's a VG Plus, $44.99. Okay, what have I missed here? Daniel Cody takes to Marvin Gaye. It is the 50th anniversary. We had about 12 pre-ordered. 2 came in, and then I kept one, and then the other 11 came in, and we haven't actually sold one here live on sale yet, but this one's now yours. That's the 50th anniversary. It's amazing. So, okay, that's sold to Daniel Cody. Before that's a couple informative comments about Leonard Skinner. Daniel Cody, Summer Brewington on Pink Floyd Metal. Some people say medley. I've always said metal. I'm going to stick with metal too. I don't care what. Okay. Countdown to Ecstasy, David Bowie still available. Deep Purple, Deepest Purple, the very best of Deep Purple is a VG Plus, $14.99. And Rough Mix, this is Pete Townsend and Ronnie Lane. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. 2 records left. Led Zeppelin 4, a VG Plus, $29.99. The cover is about a VG. It's got some, but it does have the lyric sheet to Stairway to Heaven, and the liner notes. Trying to see what, it's a Porky press. It is a Porky press. SD 7208. That is VG Plus, $29.99. That's going to be a really nice cut of that one. And this is not actually a check condition record. It's a near mint. Creedence Country, it's not a check condition. I don't know, I was about to say VG. I'm so used to saying VG. It's near mint, $34.99. Look at that. This is, got Lodi on it, Cotton Fields. Looking out my back door, it's a compilation of the more country side of Creedence. Alan Jonathan on Deep Purple and Michael Church on Led Zeppelin. Speaking of Led Zeppelin, let's get another couple auctions rolling. I don't know if I'll do Led Zeppelin next, but I got plenty others over here to do. This is from the Dallas collection. I thought it was pretty neat, and I don't think it's available anymore at Walmart's. If it is, then I stand corrected. This is not sealed, but I like that it's open because it's a really nice cut of vinyl. That really matches the cover there. This is Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits, Walmart exclusive pink vinyl. It is opened, but it is near mint. It is pretty much unplayed. We'll start that out at just $7. Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits, Walmart exclusive pink vinyl. Francis Drennan takes the CCR Country. Let me grab another record. Let's do this Elton John. So this also came from the Dallas collection. I thought it was just a reissue. Of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, like on black vinyl. I know they hadn't really reissued on colored vinyl, but here's what I found out after I scanned it on Discogs. It's actually a 2 LP. Check this out. I didn't know they even made this. It's a 2 LP picture disc. So it's a double picture disc for Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. That's disc 1. I'll get out the other disc if you want to see it, but this is, it's a double picture disc, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. $30 start on that. $30 start on the double picture disc, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Elton John. I'm just going to slide that right in there in case I need to pull it out again. $30 start on EJ. It's a double picture disc. I'm curious. Let's see what the other one looks like. Let's see what the other one looks like. Actually, I'm glad oh yeah, I was about to say, it looked like black vinyl at first, but no, there's the other one. Has the other tracks and stuff on it. That's really cool. It's very, I mean, I know it's a picture disc, but it's it feels like it's very well made, and it looks very well made too. Okay, that's our next two auctions. Some cool stuff there. Some novelty stuff. Pink vinyl and double picture disc. Okay, let me make sure I hadn't missed any comments there. We have, Rod Stewart, 7, 10, 7, 15, 7, 15, 20, 20. Apparently that Telephone Sex record is rare new wave metal record. I don't know. I'll take a look at it though. Rod Stewart, 12, 8, 19, 21, 22. Elton John, 30, 23, 27, 35, 25, 25. And George Buchanan says he'll take the Gray Star. Sold to George Buchanan. I don't know what it was, but I knew it looked interesting. Telephone Sex. All right. Wow. I can't keep up. 35, 35, 40, 30, 35, 35, 27, 20. I'll let all that cool off for a second. If you're bidding on Rod, if you're bidding on the Rod Stewart, please put RS or Rod or however. If you're bidding on Elton, put Elton or EJ, just something so we know exactly what you're bidding on, okay? I'll give that plenty of time. Now, let's recap our first check condition bin. This is just our first bin of vintage. I'm going to read what's left. Boston, Don't Look Back is still available. That's surprising. VG Plus, $24.99. Gatefold. Orange Epic label. Boston, Don't Look Back. VG Plus, $24.99. Lisa Hartman, Hold On, was a VG Plus, $9.99. Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits was a VG copy, $7.99. Kansas, Point of No Return. VG Plus, $14.99. That was the Zaza record. VG Plus, $19.99. The Temptations, Truly For You, is a VG Plus, $19.99. Dave Loggins, this one has one of my favorite, probably if I made a 500 favorite songs of all time, this version right here, Please Come to Boston. If you are familiar with that, by Dave Loggins. Of course, other people covered it. That's very good. VG Plus, $9.99. Molly Hatch is still available. VG Plus, $24.99. Surprisingly, Fresh Cream is still available. Eric Clapton Cream. I Feel Free is on here. I'm So Glad. VG Plus, $24.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works. McCartney. Something Special. Tommy James and the Shondells. Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. Alan Parsons. We have David Bowie Changes. Dizzy Gillespie, the OG Steely Dan, and the Pete Townsend and Ronnie Lane. So Rod Stewart is 45 with Susie Breedlove. David Cordell, everything right now is sticker price. That's a very, very fair offer for that, but right now everything's sticker price. Talk to me about 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock tonight. So, okay, and bids, we got Elton John's at 51, Stacy's at 45. Stacy's in at 50 on Rod, because Susie was at 45. So yeah, Rod Stewart's at 50, Elton's at 51. Let me grab our next bin of vintage arrivals. I think it was this bin. Let's see. Is this stuff from, I had it right here next. Let me see what's, nope, not that one. Let me see if it's this one. Maybe got it on the bottom. Aha. John shuffling them around on me at the last second. Whew. Y'all probably hearing me grunt and strain. Condition on Kansas. Did you sell the Gray Star? I did. I think George Buchanan got it. Somebody got it. Yes, Gray Star is gone. George Buchanan got it. Alice Cooper. The Alice Cooper Goes to Hell was a VG Plus, $24.99. And Angela Kansas was also a VG Plus. Wow, lifting a 50-pound crate of albums takes your breath away. Okay. Next, Judy Garland, Our Love Letter, the songs and story of romance in Manhattan, $9.99. These are not check condition, so these should be, by definition, excellent plus to near mint minus. If there's something wrong, significantly wrong with the cover, we've either noted it or we've, if I see it, I'll mention it to you. Angela takes to Kansas. Point of no return. If anybody else wants anything in that last bin, I'll probably flip through it one more time tonight. But Rod Stewart's at 55 with Stacy. Jerry Stone's at 55 on Elton John. Glenn Campbell, Galveston. Great song. $9.99. Glenn Campbell, Galveston. Gene Pitney, Young and Warm and Wonderful. $7.99. Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. $19.99. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Iron Butterfly. OG label. Crosby, Stills, Nash. Daylight Again. $19.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Sammy Davis Jr. at Town Hall. 1958. $14.99. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park, is $19.99. So Rod Stewart's at $55 with Stacy Brown, and Elton John is at $55. Are we both at $55? Well, Debbie's back in at $56 on Rod. But I've got Elton John at $55, and Francis Drennan wants Glenn Campbell, Galveston. Do you know it's supposed to be in the Garden of Eden? Yes, it was. I think they were, I guess the rumor is they were a little too messed up and they couldn't quite say it right. Ronnie Millsap, 2020 Vision, $9.99. No Nukes concert is $34.99. Doobie Brothers, Jackson Brown, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, James Taylor, Bruce Springsteen, Carly Simon, Graham Nash, Bonnie Raitt, Tom Petty, Poco, etc. Outlaws, Playing to Win. Outlaws is $14.99. Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. This is $34.99, and it includes the insert. Wow, this should have been an auction item. Don't see that too often. That's one we don't get in as often as we do others. $34.99 on Queen. Christy Moss, first after Alexandria's out, was Krista Moss in. That's No Nukes, so to Chris. Wayne Heat, first to Queen. Wow, that was fast. And then Chris McDonald, you were second. Stacy Brown's at 60 on Rod Stewart. Calvin was next on Queen, then More or Less, then Summer, then Colin. I've never seen one with that insert before. Peebo Bryson and Roberta Flack is $9.99. Iron Butterfly. None of these are check condition. These are all better than VG Plus. Iron Butterfly, then I'll take it. So give Angela Tyree Iron Butterfly. It's better than VG Plus. ELO, Out of the Blue, is $34.99. See if this has any inserts. It has both inner sleeves. I don't think, no spaceship though. $34.99. And Chris Christopherson, Me and Bobby McGee. Chris is $14.99. Me and Bobby McGee, Chris Christopherson. Eagles, The Long Run is $24.99. And 2001, A Space Odyssey. We had a check condition copy Tuesday night. That's not a check condition copy, $19.99. Where are we at on our auctions? I've got Stacy Brown is at $60 on the Rod Stewart. $60. And Elton John, I think, is still at $55 with Jerry Stone. Elton John is a double picture disc. Double picture disc. Well, I'm not going to pull it back out. You already seen it. Double picture disc, $55, going once, going twice. And Rod Stewart is going once, going twice with Stacy Brown. $55 and $60. Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life with booklet, $34.99. 2 LP, gatefold, Three Dog Night, Around the World with Three Dog Night is $26.99. The Isaac Hayes Movement. Isaac Hayes Movement is $24.99. Isaac Hayes Movement, $24.99. Gatefold pressing. Commodores is $9.99. I've heard that it says autograph poster included. I've heard that almost none of them have it. Ours does. It includes it's not really autographed though, but it looks like it's autographed. Commodores is $9.99. Has the poster with it. Debbie Blair's back in on Rod Stewart at 62. Stacy's back in at 65. Ripple. Ripple is $44.99. Ripple. GRC label. Ripple, $44.99. Carlos Bryant takes the Commodores. Going twice, going 3 times. First on the Elton John with Jerry Stone back there in the back. $55. Going once, going twice. Ripple, Atlanta Rhythm section, Underdog. Atlanta Rhythm section is $9.99. Dinah Ross's Greatest Hits is $9.99. Cat Stevens, Mona Bone, Chicken, $19.99. Charlie Daniels Band, Midnight Wind is $24.99. Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force, $34.99. Maxwell Rock Sampler, that's a Maxwell Rock Sampler, $14.99. Mary Potts Adams on the Diana Ross, sold to Mary Potts Adams. Next is Stars on Long Play, is $14.99. Brothers Casmirio, the Brothers Casmirio, $9.99. Stacy Metternich on the Rock Sampler, sold to Stacy. Alan already sold. The Secrets. The Secrets is Lovers in Trouble, sealed, $19.99. Vinnie Moore, Mind's Eye. Vinnie Moore, $39.99. Mind's Eye. Trevor Rabin is sealed, $29.99. Death Wish 2 soundtrack. Death Wish 2 soundtrack is $29.99. And the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader record, $24.99. Does it include the 24-page instruction booklet? It does. $24.99. Okay, let's go ahead and sell Elton John to Jerry Stone for $55. And let's put this on a final warning. Stacy Brown is at 65. Going once, going twice. Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous. Never mind. Debbie's back in at 66. Thin Lizzy is $49.99. New release for this week. Technically a reissue because it originally came out in like 78 probably. But it's on red vinyl. It is $49.99. Stacy says, it's yours, Debbie. Okay, so going once, going twice. Debbie Blair is 66 on the Rod Stewart. Stanley Turrentine, Don't Mess with Mr. T. Stanley Turrentine is $34.99 on the CTI label. Alien soundtrack. This is the one I was mentioning earlier. $49.99. The Alien soundtrack. It's very nice too. Jackie McLean, Jackie's Bag. That's a Blue Note, 1970. $49.99. 1970 pressing. $49.99. We have Reggie Knighton. Reggie Knighton is $14.99. And Grinder Switch, Honest to Goodness, is $19.99. Let's see. Have I missed anything? I don't think I have. Let's sell Debbie Rod Stewart for $66. Chris DeMoss commented DC. That was after Debbie 66. DC was Dallas Cowboys, maybe? Let me see if there's anything before that. We have Death Wish. By the way, that's a Jimmy Page soundtrack. Vinnie Moore. Cursive album. Yeah, I don't like cursive. What was the Trevor Rabin? Trevor Rabin was self-titled. And it's sealed. No cutouts, no notches. It's sealed. $29.99. Jason Kenton takes Grinder. Grinder. Where is it? Where is it? Grinder Switch. That's sold to Jason Kenton. Susie Breedlove was next. And yes, he said Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Okay. I think we're caught up now. So we still got the Alien soundtrack, Death Wish, Stanley Turrentine, and Vinnie Moore. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma, $64.99. Wow, that's very nice. $64.99 on Pink Floyd, Uma Guma. Mark O'Connor, Stone from the Which the Arch Was Made, $14.99. And Charlie Bird, The Stroke of Genius, Charlie Bird Aquarius, $9.99. Let's get a couple new auctions rolling. Let's do another Zeppelin Japanese press. What did I start the other one for? 60, 65. We'll do the same for this one. We got Led Zeppelin 4. Led Zeppelin 4. We have catalog number P10125A. This looks very nice. As always, it is. A flawless Japanese pressing. Led Zeppelin 4 with Obi inside the sleeve. Beautiful. I mean, what an album to get on Japanese pressing with this artwork. Let's see what this looks like. This all here always fascinated me. That is very nice. I guess that's supposed to be Jimmy Page down there, even though he has blonde hair. If you watch The Song Remains the Same film, it's evidently supposed to be Jimmy Page. Let's see. There's the Japanese lyric insert. And there's the original inner sleeve. Never seen one made quite like this. There's a lady who's sure that all that glitters is gold. That's it. It's complete with Obi. $65 start on that. Led Zeppelin 4 Japanese pressing. Now I've taken it apart. I'm going to have to put it back together. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. $65 start. We just sold houses. Where's Sean Crupper at? $65 start. Led Zeppelin 4. Okay, did I miss anything? What's the album laying against the wall? I don't think it's Gigi. No, that's very tough to find. No Gigi on that, or Gigi, whatever it is. Commodores. We already sold the Commodores earlier. That's already sold.
Carlos put it back.
Carlos put it back? Okay, John Burlingame wants it then. John Burlingame, that's why I was questioning that. John Burlingame gets the Commodores then. William Simmons is at 65 on Led Zeppelin. Any new Led Zeppelin box sets coming this week? No, they haven't. So, okay. Mark O'Connor, Elysian Forest. Mark O'Connor is $14.99. Eddie Pursuer's at $70. Hotel Half Moon Silver is $14.99. Hotel Half Moon Silver is $14.99. John Clemmer is on a Nautilus Super Disc, $29.99. They made a lot of his stuff on MoFi and Super Disc. Premier Festival Mondal des Arts Negres. Africa Dance Series. That is $14.99. On Stage with Loggins and Messina is $19.99. And Round 2, the Stylistics. Round 2, the Stylistics is $17.99. Okay, so Led Zeppelin 4 is up for bid. Let's go ahead and do, what do I got laying over here? Let's do the Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan is Couldn't Stand the Weather. I think it is a juror. Let's check the label. Couldn't Stand the Weather. First, we got a plain wide inner sleeve. That looks like, the way it's cut though, that may be the original. I don't know if it comes with a custom. This is a Holland. This is a Holland press. Made in Holland. It is near mint. The cover, VG Plus. There's some very light shelf wear. A couple corner dings. $35 start on Stevie Ray Vaughan. Couldn't Stand the Weather. 3.5. And then we got William Simmons. Eddie's at 70 on Led Zeppelin. Williams at 71. Bonnie Tyler. Bonnie is $9.99. Vicky Hansen's Aerobic Glow. There you go. Get in shape. $9.99. Cyndi Lauper. She's So Unusual. Nice looking copy. $24.99. Culture Club. Kissin' to Be Clever is $24.99. Striker. Striker is sealed. $29.99. Back to Earth. Rare Earth is $19.99. Diana Ross. To Love Again. Diana is $9.99. And Donna Summer. Love is in Control. Donna is $9.99. Alicia Bridges. Play It As It Lays. $9.99. And soundtrack to the Molly Maguires. Henry Mancini, $19.99. And Curtis Blow, back by popular demand. Curtis Blow, I may have said Glow. That's $14.99 though. Okay, let's see. Zeppelin, 70, 71. Stevie Ray Vaughan, 35, 35, 36, 37, 40. John Sheehan, BT. John Sheehan, BT. That was Bonnie Tyler. Make sure there's no other BT, Cindy, Culture. We have Back to Earth. I think he wanted that one though. Correct me, John, if I'm wrong. Eric's at 42 on Stevie Ray. George is at 75, 45, 44, 46. So if you see the bids coming in, that's for Stevie Ray Vaughan and Led Zeppelin. I'm going to do A very, very fast flip through everything left in here. John said yes on Bonnie Tyler. We got Judy Garland, Gene Pitney, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Sammy Davis Jr., Bruce Springsteen, Ronnie Milsap, The Outlaws, Peebo Bryson and Roberta Flack, ELO, Chris Christopherson, The Eagles, 2001 Space Odyssey, Stevie Wonder, Three Dog Night, Isaac Hayes, Ripple, ARS, Cat Stevens, Charlie Daniels, Yngwie Malmsteen, stars on Long Play, The Brothers Casimirio, who was this? It was the Cursive. It threw me off, The Secrets. Now I know I'm bad at cursive, but I mean, can anybody even make out that first word? It's just a bunch of squigglies. Vinnie Moore, Trevor Rabin, and Death Wish 2. Let me make sure, let me stop there. I got Wayne Heat on Millsap. Wayne Heat on Millsap. Next is Stanley Turrentine, Alien, Jackie McLean, Reggie Knighton. The Vinnie price is $39.99. $39.99. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma, Mark O'Connor, Charlie Bird, Mark O'Connor, Hotel, John Clemmer, the African Dance Series, Logas and Messina, Stylistics, Aerobic Glow, Cyndi Lauper, surprisingly still available, Culture Club, Striker, Back to Earth, Rare Earth, Diana Ross, Donna Summer, Alicia Bridges, and Molly McGuire's and Curtis Blow. Millsap, Vinnie Price, Angela, $39.99, and Eric Self, 2001 was $19.99. 2001 was $19.99. All righty.
Did you already order these?
Yeah. 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 Well, we need to get more. Well, we have 5, but if we need to get more. Plus, there's a post too. You might want to go to the post. We're selling them in 2 different places. Can you show me the Striker? I can. The Striker is right here. Striker. Striker is $29.99. It is sealed. Stevie Ray Vaughan's at 55 with Keith Canseco. I need to get our auctions caught up right quick. Let me grab another box of vinyl. We're going to do some new... I want to flip just to remind, if you didn't get to watch Tuesday night, I got one bin here. I think we've pretty much condensed it all down to some new arrivals. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to stick with vintage. I want to do a half-off bin, though, pretty soon. Let me grab a box of vintage. We got lots of vintage to show. What's this one right here? Yeah, let's do this one. Richard Davis says, I'll take it. That was the Striker. Sold to Richard Davis. Okay, so I got Keith Canseco at 55 on the Stevie Ray Vaughan. And Led Zeppelin's is what I'm going to have to scroll up and find. Led Zeppelin, Japanese pressing. I think it was William Simmons. It is. William Simmons is at 71 on the Led Zeppelin 4 Japanese pressing. Going once, going twice. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Going once, going twice on Stevie Ray Vaughan. Let's see. Why are Talking Heads albums so hard to find? Sean Jones pretty much wrapped it up there in his comment. So, punk and new wave and metal, just here regionally in Middle Tennessee, it wasn't all that popular. You know, most people in this area listen to Allman Brothers, Molly Hatchet, Led Zeppelin. Maybe it's even sometimes hard to find Pink Floyd or Queen, which is not really, I mean, that's still kind of mainstream, but yeah, or most people were listening to Waylon Willie. We have to travel sometimes hundreds of miles to find new wave and punk and metal, but even in other places it's difficult to find. But just wasn't really, plus it just wasn't a huge seller. So yeah, I have to go out of state, exactly. Yeah, but a lot of those weren't really made. I mean, the stuff you see here we're selling is multi-platinum albums, a lot of it, and you know, unless it's, I don't know, it's just hard to explain, but there's just not a lot of Talking Heads albums out there. Olivia Newton-John, Well, there's a lot of Olivia Newton-John. Olivia is $9.99. Village People, Can't Stop the Music is $14.99. England Dan and John Ford Coley is $9.99. This is Climax, right? Yeah, Climax, Meeting in the Ladies' Room. Climax is $9.99. And the Statler Brothers, The Legend Goes On, $9.99. Cat Stevens is $12.99. I'm not saying I've never found punk and new wave in this area, but usually it's people they're selling their collection. So they've been buying records. You know, they've been looking for stuff like Talking Heads for years, and then they get to the point where they go out and, you know, find it, and then they get ready to sell their collection. Then I find it. But as far as most people going in a store in 1983, there wasn't a lot of Talking Heads flying off the shelves probably within a 50-mile radius of here, or even a 100-mile radius. So, or who else? The Ramones. There's not a lot of Ramones albums probably sold in this area from 1979 to the late 80s. America Greatest Hits is $14.99. A lot of that was probably had to be special ordered. $14.99 for America's Greatest Hits. And also, I tell a lot of people didn't know about that music. It probably wasn't played on the radio a lot. A lot of the punk and underground stuff and metal, it wasn't on the radio, and a lot of people just didn't know what it was or didn't listen to it. So, and now everybody was exposed to country, mainstream country, and so everything that no one else listened to is what everybody wants now. Elton John, this is his first album, and it's a MCA reissue, but this is $24.99. Elton John, self-titled. The Ramones album, or any of that stuff, The Clash, you see some of them because they had a couple mainstream things, but, you know, the deep underground stuff like people really want, it's a challenge to find. BOC, Extraterrestrial Live, has some cover damage, $14.99. The vinyl is very nice, though. We are close to Nashville. A lot of country around this area. That's why we have thousands and thousands of country albums crated up in the back. Carlos Bryant, first to America's Greatest Hits. Yeah, that's true. Talking Heads, when burning down the house, their stuff, then they didn't have a problem. The early stuff, a little different story. Odyssey is $9.99. Odyssey is $9.99. Jane Oliver's Stay the Night. Jane Oliver's Stay the Night is $9.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival Greatest Hits. This is a 3 LP. It is $34.99. This is a Warner Brothers special product, and that's it right there. CCR. That is $39.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Four-Way Street is $29.99. REO Speedwagon Live is $34.99. Patty Austin, The Real Me, is $9.99. The History of Eric Clapton, $34.99. Having to check spines on a lot of these. Paul Desmond with the Modern Jazz Quartet, $14.99 in shrink wrap. Honky Tonkin'. Willie, Gary Stewart, Waylon, Guy Clark, Bobby Bear, $14.99 for Honky Tonkin'. We have Back in Time. Back in Time is $9.99. Promo copy. The Lonely Bull, Herb Albert and Tijuana Brass, is $19.99 in shrink wrap. Hotel, Half Moon Silver, is $14.99. And a Winter Solstice, Wyndham Hill Artist, $9.99. A Winter Solstice. Jay Giles Band, Freeze Frame, $19.99. Freeze Frame, Retro Class Entertainment wants Back in Time. That's Rydell Martin. Let's go ahead and sell these auctions. I've totally forgot about them. But first auction is Stevie Ray Vaughan, Couldn't Stand the Weather. That is sold to Keith Canseco for $55. And William Simmons, you get the Japanese Led Zeppelin 4 for $71. Sold and sold. So $55 and $71. Keith Canseco and William Simmons. Y'all get that. The CCR was not check condition. Did I get Climax? Yes, you did, Stacy. I think that's the one we just pulled over there. Randall Lester on BOC. That was the live BOC Extraterrestrial. Sold to Randall Lester. Sherry Darnell on JG. Jay Giles on Sherry Darnell. Greg Preston was next. The Becker Brothers. The Becker Brothers is $9.99. The Ohio Players Gold is $17.99. And Andy Gibbs, Shadow Dancing, $9.99. And Carly Simon, No Secrets. I got Climax. Let's check that. Who? Yeah, Chris got it. Yeah, my bad. I knew somebody did. Stacy, you were second.
I was having a double check there.
Christy Moss, you got Climax. Ramsey Lewis, Them Changes. Ramsey Lewis is $9.99. And Carpenter's Close to You is $9.99. Cheek, Tongue in Cheek. Cheek is $14.99. Someone else had bid $75 on Led Zeppelin. Let's see here. Let me scroll up and see if I can find that. That must have been. Let's see. 2001, 55 SRV out. I'll take it. New releases. State. Let's see here. Let's see. 50. Where's Williams at 71? There's Williams at 71. Then SRV 40. George Buchanan. Wow, it is. It's tucked in all the SRVs. George Buchanan, $75. George, are you still watching? Are you in at $75? Are you in? Because if you are, then I apologize to both William and George. I missed that. I definitely don't want to miss bids. Let's see if George is still watching and make sure he knows that he's in at 75. He's in. And Aaron or William, if you're out, then I'm going to go ahead and sell it to him. So if you want back in, William, you're free to bid. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and sell it to him. Okay, Aaron on Cheek. And what else? Aaron. My calendar, my wife just said if I'm getting records this week, I need to include some AC/DC. About the best AC/DC record we have is the Iron Man 2 soundtrack, which is pretty much a greatest hits. So, and then besides that, we have several studio albums in stock. But if you just want like an AC/DC hits, the Iron Man 2 soundtrack has been a big seller for us lately. Really cool cover, 2 LP. They're $48.99. I think I got a couple left, surprisingly. Okay, George Buchanan, you get the Led Zeppelin. Patty Austin was $9.99, and Denise LaSalle, guaranteed, $9.99. The Best of the Statler Brothers is $9.99, and the Oak Ridge Boys, American Made, also $9.99. Earl Clue, Romantic Guitar. Earl is $9.99, and Barbara Streisand, and Barry Gibb, $9.99. George Benson, collaboration with Earl Clue, $9.99. Let me grab a couple new auctions. I don't think we've had an auction yet without a Led Zeppelin record, so let's keep it going. We've done houses, we've done 4, now we're doing 3. We're going backwards. Led Zeppelin 3, this is just a really nice, the dead wax says Mastercraft. Wow. This is a really nice gatefold. It's a 5-digit Led Zeppelin. This is, I don't know, $30 start. It is very, very nice. The vinyl is superb. $30 start on Led Zeppelin 3. Hope y'all can see that. Very, very clean. $30 start on Led Zeppelin 3. Did you get my back in time? Yes, I pulled that one out. I got you on that one. Little River Band. Little River Band is $9.99. Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town, is $14.99. Steve Martin, A Wild and Crazy Guy, is $14.99. John Michael Jarre, Oxygen, $9.99. The OJ's, Message in the Music, is $12.99. Melissa Manchester, $9.99. George Winston, Winter into Spring, $9.99. Kenny Rogers, What About Me, is $9.99. Oak Ridge Boys, Fancy Free, Elvira, $9.99. Eddie Kendricks, $14.99. The Statler Brothers is $9.99. The Oak Ridge Boys Together is $9.99. Kenny Rogers, that one's called Share Your Love, it's $9.99. And Harry Chapman, Heads and Tails, and that's a German pressing, $14.99. Dylan's at 32 on Led Zeppelin. Let me grab another Japanese pressing, that's Led Zeppelin 3. This is a Japanese pressing of T-Rex, which I think is their greatest hits. The best of T-Rex. Japanese pressing. This is a $40 start. The Best of T-Rex. $40 start on that. All right. Flyback is the name of the album. Flyback. $40 start on T-Rex. Okay, we need to find, I want to do at least one crate of half off. Seth, can you go find us one? You got 20 seconds. Seth was getting them all organized by prices. He's running to the back. Let me show these Jimi Hendrix Funkos that came in. These are pretty amazing. He's got a half off crate for us. Great. I've got some more new arrivals, but also we got so many half off stuff. We got so much half off stuff to show. Let me lay this up here, and I'll let you put that right there. All right. Thank you. You got it on time, too. I don't have to fire you. Check these out. Are these $49? How much were these, Ed? Oh, you got them. Yeah, $39.99. $39.99. Let's see if I can get it where you can actually get a good look at it. These are what, 12-inch? Yeah. Jimi Hendrix Funko Pop. I've never seen them like this. Is this called the Gold? Yeah, Funko Gold. These are $39.99. Authentic Hendrix label. Funko Gold. New release. New release. Funko Gold. Those are $39.99. Really cool. So. Usher. We have an Usher album. Usher Confessions. It's on Vinyl Me Please. Usher Confessions on Vinyl Me Please. That is $74.99. That's about the only Usher we have, and I think the only Usher we've ever had. Yes, I do have a gospel crate ready. So on Led Zeppelin, I've got Dylan is stealing this right now. Dylan is stealing this right now for $36. And I'm looking for a $40 start on T-Rex. I'm going to lay those back here. So let's go through this bin of half off. I pulled all the dates. We have 13 crates of half off records ready to show. 13 crates of half off records. So I'm probably going to have to pull some of these out so I can show them. And some of them are from the Beatles bin. So we got multiple copies of Beatle albums. And they're going to be at fantastic discounts. For example, London Town, Paul McCartney, Wings, London Town. These are all $9.99. That's the half off price. I have 5 of them. Paul McCartney and Wings, London Town. Some of them have the poster. These are all $9.99. That one has a poster inner sleeve. That one has a poster and inner sleeve. I mean, you're going to take advantage of these deals. That one's just extraordinarily nice. And they're all priced the same, and I think they're all sold. London Town. We got Sherry Darnell. We've got Josh Fry. We have John Wilson. We have Daryl Jenkins. And we have Susie put Beat. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming maybe an autocorrect got her on this. I don't know. Susie, if you want a London Town, it's yours in that order. But Sherry got one, Josh Fry got one, John Wilson, Daryl Jenkins, and Susie Breedlove. Next was John Sheehan, Summer Brewington, Paul Brothers, and Bob Riger. So, the next album is Pipes of Peace. Pipes of Peace is also Paul McCartney. She wants that. So, that one is half off. It's $9.99. Paul McCartney, Pipes of Peace. 1983. Pipes of Peace. I know that's hopefully going to sell. And we have REO Speedwagon, Good Trouble. Half off price, $9.99. REO Speedwagon, Good Trouble. That is $9.99. And the other one here is, I'll show it in just a second because it's another McCartney record so we don't get confused. John Wilson is first to Pipes of Peace. John Wilson's first to Pipes of Peace. And Daryl Jenkins first to REO Speedwagon. Yes, you missed an Usher. I'll show it right now. This is the only Usher record we have. It's called Confessions. It's on Vinyl Me Please. It's $74.99. His 2004 album. Lacquer's cut by Barry Grant at Alchemy Mastering. 2LP. Gold. It's on gold nugget vinyl. I didn't realize that till right now. Okay, I think I got enough out here I can actually flip through these, but half off records, and all the Beatles stuff is mixed in here, so you may, here in a minute, we may hit a Beatles album where we have, 5 copies of it, so it's going to be like new vinyl. There may be enough for a bunch of people. Usher is sold to Stacy Brown, and let's go ahead and wrap these up. Final call. Led Zeppelin 3, Dylan's at $40. That's getting closer. Dylan, going once, going twice. Led Zeppelin 3, and did anybody bid on this? T-Rex. Does anybody want it for $35? T-Rex, I'm here to sell it. T-Rex, $35. Greatest hits. Japanese pressing. David Cordell's at $42 on Led Zeppelin. Say. Mark's doing some play on words with the McCartney lyrics. Bill Toe takes the T-Rex for $35. Gone. Dylan's at $43 on Zeppelin. Actually, Tammy Huddleston was first. T-Rex. David Cordell, $42 on Zeppelin. Then Tammy put T-Rex. Dylan put $43, and then Bill Toe. So, okay. So Tammy gets the T-Rex for $30. That's we'll just put that in at $34.99. REO Speedwagon. Wheels are turning. Half off price is $9.99. There's some I told y'all there's some fantastic records in here. Tammy says pass on T-Rex. So give it to Bill Toe. I was right the first time. Rare Earth Ecology. Half off price is $9.99. Rare Earth Ecology. Angela Tyree, first to REO Speedwagon. John Wilson was next. Rare Earth Ecology was also $9.99. Is this one of those $9.99 bins, Seth? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Seth has organized these by prices. I'm probably going to say it anyway, but just heads up, everything in here is $9.99. Everything in here was originally stickered $19.99. So $10 off everything in here. Angela Tyree, REO Speedwagon, John Wilson was next. Susie Breedlove was third. So Rare Earth Ecology. Next we got Rare Earth Get Ready. It's a VG Plus. Half off is $9.99. Paul McCartney, Spies Like Us. Party Mix plus My Carnival. Song from the Motion Picture. This is a UK 12-inch. Paul McCartney. That's $9.99. Lynette Price, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, 14 Spirituals. Red RCA label. In shrink wrap. Half off price, $9.99. Malice in Wonderland. Pace, Ashton, and Lord. This is, this Ian, Deep Purple, yeah. Thank you, Ed. Members of Deep Purple. John Lord, Paul Martinez, and Ian Pace. How do you say his last name? Pace. $9.99. Malice in Wonderland. Sold to Richard Davis. Okay, let's do Dylan's at 46 on Led Zeppelin. Dylan's at 46 on Led Zeppelin. Going once, going twice. Never mind. David's back in at 48. Country's Greatest Hits Volume 2. 20 great stars, 20 great hits. On the 360 Sound label. This is $9.99. Johnny Cash is on here. Marty Robbins, Stonewall Jackson, Jimmy Dean, Carl Perkins. That's on the original Columbia 2i. Bob Wills, Gene Autry, Lester Flatt. That's $9.99. Malice. Paul Brothers wants Country's Greatest Hits. Dylan's at 50 on Led Zeppelin. Paul's on Country's Greatest Hits. Lisa was next. And Chris is next. We need to remove Clinton here. No one's send Clinton any money. That's called spam. Okay, Roy Acuff's Greatest Hits Volume 1 is $9.99. Hope that deleted. I'm using a different app. I can't block or hide people as fast as I used to. So there we go. I think that took it off. At least it did on mine. Cat Stevens is $9.99. That's the half off price. And Steppenwolf Slow Flux foil cover, $9.99. Steppenwolf Slow Flux. Half off price is $9.99. We got Cat Stevens. We got Roy Acuff. And that was the records before that. Squeeze. Sweets from a Stranger. Squeeze is $9.99. Bruce Springsteen. Chimes of Freedom. That's a 12-inch single. $9.99. 12-inch single. Chimes of Freedom. Bruce Springsteen. Sherry Darnell. First to Steppenwolf. Next is Spinners. Spinners 8 is sealed. Now $9.99. Richard Davis, first on Squeeze. Sold to Richard Davis. Joe Barrios takes to Bruce Springsteen. Sold to Joe Barrios. You ever seen anybody that sometimes there's a couple people that hijack our posts. They start messaging people. Like when I have these posts and a lot of comments, they'll start messaging y'all and say, hey, can you send me some money? You know, of course, hopefully y'all know not to do that, but sometimes they use our name. That guy I went to Birmingham, bought records from, he's like, I commented on your post, I had records for sale, and like 5 people messaged me that wasn't from your store. And he gave me those names. And some of them I could block because they had commented on other stuff. But is this another Steppenwolf? It is. Here's another Steppenwolf. Another Steppenwolf Slow Flux. $9.99. That is a different label. This is a Canadian pressing. Steppenwolf Slow Flux, $9.99. Patty Smythe, Never Enough. Patty is $9.99. And C-Train, the Marblehead Messenger. C-Train is $9.99. Nate Johnson got that Steppenwolf. He was second on the other one. Wayne, you were second on that one. Paul Brothers was third on Steppenwolf, and Mike Massey on Patty Smythe. Sold to Mike Massey. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees. I think we have about 7 of these every show. This one's half off, $9.99. Lido Shuffle and low down on that one. Silent Choir 2, Leon Russell and Mark Bueno. That is $9.99. Tommy Green, you were second on Smythe. Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye, half off, is $9.99. It's a UK pressing. Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye, Tamla Motown label, just $9.99. Near mint. Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks is a VG Plus, $9.99. And Jim Glasser, everybody knows I'm yours, $9.99. Calls out Ken Curtis from Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke's Festus. This is a VG Plus, $9.99. Festus from Gunsmoke. That's $9.99. David Johnson on MG, Marvin Gaye, David Johnson. We have Jeff McMaster on the Boz Scaggs. And C-Train, Solemn Choir. Lisa Montgomery on Ken Curtis. Lisa Montgomery on Ken Curtis. And Tommy Flowers, you were next. Charlie Daniels Band, Night Rider, is $9.99. Charlie Daniels Band. This is Diamondback Rattlers. Half off, $9.99. $9.99 is the half off. Canadian Bluegrass. And it's signed, $9.99. Signed by the band. Oh. Let's see here. What's next? Roy Buchanan, Dancing on the Edge. That's on Alligator Records, too. Roy Buchanan on Alligator, $9.99. That's the half off price. Susie Breedlove, first to Charlie Daniels Band, and Lisa Montgomery takes the Diamondback Rattlers. Sold to Lisa Montgomery. Next is John Conley, Forever. John is sealed, $9.99. Jill Berry, first on the Roy Buchanan. Jill Berry on Roy Buchanan. Willie Nelson, we got several of these. They're all $9.99. The Longhorn Jamboree presents Willie Nelson and his friends. $9.99 on Plantation. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 of them. Willie Nelson's. Nate Johnson wants 1. We got 2 left. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, All the Good Times. Nitty Gritty is $9.99. Paul Brothers also wants a Willie Nelson. And we got 1 left. Nitty Gritty. Mickey Newberry, Frisco Mabel Joy is $9.99. Mickey Newberry, Harlequin Melodies. That is sealed. Half off price is $9.99. Sherry Darnell on Nitty Gritty. Sold to Sherry Darnell. Mickey Newberry. Rock Island Road, the Oaks Band. $9.99. Rock Island Road. Oaks Band. Oak Ridge Boys Deliver. Oak Ridge Boys is sealed. Half off price is $9.99. It's All Right. Uh-oh. We got some Yoko Ono. Half off. $9.99. That is unbelievable. This is a grail. Wow. You may want it just to complete your Beatles collection. Oh my gosh, there's another one. A Season of Glass. This one's kind of, well, got John's glasses on it he was wearing when he got murdered. I thought that was kind of weird, but there's another one. Retro Class Entertainment. I've got actually, yeah, I've got two here. So let me know if you want both, Rydell. And there's a Season of Glass. He may want both of those, but just let me know. Next is John Lennon and Yoko, Milk and Honey. That is $9.99. $9.99. Rydell takes both. We got John Lennon Rock and Roll. This is only $9.99. This is a covers album of like 50s classics. Featuring and his famous cover of Stand By Me. Nate Johnson on JL. So Nate, your lucky day. I've got two here. You can have both. I've got Milk and Honey and Rock and Roll. If you don't want both, then Wayne wants Rock and Roll. I have a feeling Nate's going to want both. Let me go ahead and wrap up Led Zeppelin. We need to sell it, or at least it's been a while. Let me remind everybody where we're at on that. Dylan's at $50 on the Led Zeppelin 3. Going once, going twice, or actually going twice, going 3 times. As soon as I sell this, I'm going to put up Japanese Whitney Houston, and I've got something else over here. I can't see it. There's stuff on top of it. But that's him. Nate Johnson gets both of the John Lennons. Let's show the McCartney record I had put back earlier. Wings at the Speed of Sound has some cover damage. It's another half off, $19.99 though. $9.99. Wings at the Speed of Sound. $9.99. Country Joe and the Fish together. Country Joe and the Fish, half off. Price is $9.99. T. Tyler, Texas on King, and it's sealed, $9.99. John Wilson, first 2 Wings. Sold to John Wilson. The Best of Charlie Rich on Sun. Lonely Weekend. Sealed. $9.99. Jim Reeves Melody. $9.99 with the Tweety Bird Record Shop price tag on the front. $9.99 for Jim Reeves. Auction the Japanese McCartney. Well, I have some stuff on deck that I've got to get to first, but I can. If I don't do it between now and 9:30ish, I'll definitely do it again, or I'll do it during part 2. Eddie Rabbit, Step by Step. These are all $9.99. I don't even have to say the price. Webb Pierce, Without You, sealed. I'll probably say the price anything. Anyway, it's just naturally. Navy Hoedown salutes the Grand Ole Opry. Charlie Pride, Tammy Wynette. There's George Jones. United States Navy Recruiting Command. $9.99. Covered Wagon Caravan. Jack Howard's Covered Wagon Caravan. $9.99. Wonderful World of Country Music compilation. This is on Star Day. $9.99 is the half off price. Stacy Brown on Eddie Rabbit. Next is That Home Down Feeling. Buck White and the Down Home Folks. $9.99. The White's Greatest Hits. Sealed with hop sticker. $9.99. Beatle Talk. The Way They Were. 64 with Red Robinson. This is a Beatles interview disc. LP. $9.99. And Beatles Songs. We Love You Beatles. This is a Rhino covers. Yeah, this is our other artists covering. I don't know what's going on here, but it's $9.99. Susie Breedlove wants the country compilation on Star Day. Summer Brewington wants Beatles songs. Sold to Summer Brewington. Let's go ahead and sell Dylan the Led Zeppelin 3. Led Zeppelin 3 is sold to Dylan W. for $50. And we got the Beatles Talk interview disc. I've listened to most of those. Pretty interesting. All right, what do we got over here? Let's do Whitney Houston. Do what? Okay. Let's see here. The Whitney Houston has, it is self-titled Whitney Houston, Japanese pressing. It has a mark right here, but it's you can't feel it. It's superficial. The person I bought it off said it was VG++. That's probably other than that, it looks flawless. Let me take out the rest of it. It's in shrink wrap. Or is this another sleeve? I guess this is shrink wrap. What's going on here? No, I think that's another sleeve. Whitney Houston, though, Japanese pressing, $35 start. $35 start on that. It does have a mark on it. I couldn't feel it. And by the way, we got a direct shipment from Japan. I paid for it. It should be here for next week's show. A bunch of Japanese pressings. Direct from Japan. Those should be here for next week's shows, plural, so don't count on a certain night. I'll definitely let you know when we're showing them. Whitney Houston is a $35 start. But other than that, we don't have a lot of new Japanese stuff until we get that shipment from Japan. And then we have Duane Allman, an anthology. Duane Allman anthology. And I think this thing is pretty much really nice. It is. Duane Allman anthology. And it has the book with it. So Duane Allman played on a lot of other recordings. Let me just kind of give you, that's what this is. You know, he played with B.B. King, Aretha Franklin, Willie Dixon, or let's see, King Curtis, John Hammond, Willie Dixon, that was the John Hammond song. Layla, Derek and the Dominoes. But that's a $25 start. That was something I found in one of the Dallas boxes. Duane Allman Anthology, 2 LP on Capricorn. 2 LP on Capricorn with the book, $25 start. Very nice copy. Okay, David Johnson's at $35 on Whitney Houston, Duane Allman. So that's a compilation of all the songs that he played on other than Allman Brothers songs that he's doing lead guitar or some kind of guitar on. Introducing the Beatles. This is $9.99. This is a counterfeit copy. Now don't let that mislead you. When you put this on and listen to it, it's still going to be the Beatles playing, but it's not an original, you know, $1,500 one. Fly With Me, Supermax. Fly With Me, Supermax is $9.99. Leslie Uggam on TV is $9.99. Uriah Heep, Equator is $9.99. And this is, who is this? Tunnel Signs. This is some kind of news record. Tunnel Signs, Dream City. That is $9.99. Tunnel Signs, Dream City. Pete Townsend, Chinese Eyes is $9.99. We have Roger Vondoris, Radio Dream. That is sealed, $9.99. What have I missed? David Johnson's at $35 on Whitney Houston. Susie's at $25. Tara's at $25. Kevin Willis is at $40. We have Eric. So Duane Allman's at $40. John Sheehan wants the Beatles. Introducing the Beatles. So did John Sheehan. Let's see. Whitney Houston, $37. Duane Allman, $41. Tara's at $45 on Duane Allman. Tommy Flowers wants Roger. And David Cordell on WN. WN. What was WN? Was that something I just sold? No. Supermax. Rydell Martin on Supermax. Maybe it was this record here. I wasn't for sure of. No, that says Tunnel Signs. Willie Nelson. Well, that was further back, but I still got one. So David Cordell on Willie Nelson. And Retro Class Entertainment, Rydell Martin on Supermax. Still got Uriah Heep, Equator. Uriah Heep, Equator, $9.99. Okay, Susie's out on Duane Allman. Current bid on Duane Allman is Kevin Willis at $50. $50. Pete Townsend. Songs I Like by Dick Van Dyke. Songs I Like by Dick Van Dyke, $9.99. Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday, that is $9.99. Tara Bell's at 55 on Dwayne Allman. John Waite, No Breaks, $9.99. By the way, Tara's a kind of a new name, so if you're watching for the first time, then you kind of see how it works. I'm showing records. You claim them in the comments. If you're first, you get it. We're also running auctions simultaneously. Probably when I finish this bin and wrap up these auctions, I'll probably do another bin, recap the new vinyl that came in this week, where we usually pause and take a break. I need food and an energy drink, and then we come back and we'll probably sell for another couple hours when we come back, just like this. And we have new arrivals to show too, but we also have tons of half off that we'll be doing like this every show probably for the rest of the year. So as much, because next month, May, we'll pull all of May stuff. So it's kind of a never-ending cycle. Tawana Bennett on the John Waite album, and David Johnson, 38 on Whitney Houston. I guess that's the high bid. Was there anybody higher than that? I guess not. David Johnson's at 38 on Whitney Houston, and Tara Bell has Dwayne Allman for 55. Bobby V, Just Today, that is sealed, $9.99. Bobby V, Just Today is sealed. The Who, It's Hard, half off price on that is $9.99. Rick Derringer, Good, Dirty, Fun, half off price is $9.99. The hits of Les Paul and Mary Ford, $9.99 on that as well. Hush is sealed. Hush, self-titled, $9.99. Lisa's at 40 on Whitney Houston. Angela Tyree wants The Magician's Birthday. That's Uriah Heep. Sherry Darnell on The Who, It's Hard. Sold to Sherry Darnell. Angela Tyree, I've got you for Uriah Heep, Magician's Birthday, unless you want the other one too. The other one we have is Equator. I've got you down for Magicians though. Eric Wayne wants Les Paul and Mary Ford. That's sold to Eric Wayne. And John Wilson, you were second on The Who. That's Hush. Omar and the Howlers is $9.99. And Moon Mulligan. Moon Mulligan is sealed, $9.99. Barbara Mandrell and Lee Greenwood is half off. That is also sealed. It's $9.99. Barbara Mandrell, Sure Feels Good, sealed, $9.99. Singing with Feeling, Loretta Lynn, half off price is $9.99. Wow, it's on Decca too. And it has the Decca inner sleeve. Loretta is $9.99. Wayne Heat wants Omar and the Howlers, sold to Wayne Heat. And we've got Johnny Lee, Hey Bartender. Johnny Lee is also sealed, $9.99. And Pete Townsend, White City. Pete Townsend's $9.99. Well, we sold about half that bin. I'm going to flip through it really quick. In the meantime, I'm going to recap these auctions so we can wrap these up. We've got Sean Foxbauer on LL. That's Loretta Lynn. Sold to Sean Foxbauer. Lisa Montgomery, you were second. So Tara Bell, I think you're a new bidder or customer with us, both. You've got the high bid right now on Dwayne Allman Anthology, 2LP, gatefold, with book. I haven't seen the book too often. $55. Going once, going twice. We give plenty of time for everyone to get their bids in before I call it, because there is a delay. And Whitney Houston, Lisa is at $40 on the Whitney Houston. Never have. I guess it's an alternate cover because I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen a U.S. pressing of this. Maybe I just haven't seen them too often. David Johnson's back in at 41. So going once, going twice on Allman, and still bidding on Whitney Houston. Let me go back through this bin. I'm not going to read them all. Let me just hit some highlights. Still got Rare Earth Ecology. Rare Earth is just $9.99. Will be on the Rare Earth label. Original inner sleeve. That's just $9.99. That cover is the back cover of the U.S. release. Okay, I was about to say I'm not used to seeing that, or I haven't seen too many of them. Lisa's back in at 42 on Whitney. There's another Rare Earth Get Ready. That's got their 21 minute and 30 second version of Get Ready on it. Rare Earth. That's also $9.99. Or yeah, that's also $9.99. Paul McCartney 12-inch single is still available. Chevy Chase is on this. Spies Like Us, UK pressing, $9.99. David's back in at 43. Going twice, going three times on the Dwayne Allman. Lynette Price. Mike Cochran takes the Ecology. Sold to Mike Cochran. That's Rare Earth. Roy Acuff's Greatest Hits Volume 1, Gatefold, 2LP. Mr. Acuff, $9.99. His Greatest Hits. Cat Stevens. This is actually not, I mean, we get them in, but there for a while when I was looking for this album, it seemed like it was impossible to find. And let me rephrase that. It's impossible to find a extremely mint copy. I mean, this one's not, the vinyl's nice, but you see the cover. I think that's what took me the hardest to complete my Cat Stevens. It's hard to find a nice one of those. Sean Jones takes the Spies Like Us. And have you ever seen the Round Top Get Ready album? Not too often. I think I've had one before, and I really didn't know what I had. That was a long time ago. It's been a long time. Spinners 8 is still available. C-Train, Marblehead Messenger, that's still available. Excuse me. Leon Russell, Mark Bueno, Dan Hicks, Jim Glasser, John Conley, Mickey Newberry. Mickey Newberry is sealed. Rockland Road, Oak Ridge Boys is sealed. Country Joe and the Fish. The cover is always trashed. I know, there's a trash can on it too. It's a tough record because I bid on one time on eBay. I bid it up to $30 or $40 because it was in shrink wrap. It was an OG. It was pristine. But that's on Vanguard, original label. Country Joe and the Fish. Does this have the FUCK chant on it? When I first watched Woodstock, I thought he was spelling out luck, but he's spelling out something else. It starts with an F when I first watched Woodstock. But let's see. Lisa's back in on Whitney at 45, and Angela Tyree on Rare Earth. Angela, I'm assuming you want the Get Ready album. Rare Earth, Get Ready. And these T. Tyler, Texas. Best of Charlie Rich. You got to have that. Jim Reeves. I can hook you up on some Jim Reeves albums. We've got about a couple thousand. Webb Pierce. That is the Navy, U.S. Navy sampler promo. Jack Howard. We got some obscure stuff in here too. The White's Greatest Hits. Last Beatles record in the bin. The Beatles Talk interview disc. Leslie Uggams. Uriah Heep. Uriah Heep is $9.99. That was the Strange Tunnel Signs. Pete Townsend. Here's what I was going to do on the Pete Townsends. $9.99 for both of them. How about that? Pete Townsend. Buy one, get one free after it's half off. By Dick Van Dyke. Songs I Like. That's $9.99. Bobby V. You have Nathan Myers on Uriah Heep. Nathan Myers on Uriah Heep. So the only thing that really hadn't surprised me is the Country Joe McDonald. That's the only thing still left in there. Nathan Myers got Uriah Heep. Angela Tyree takes the 2-for-1 Pete Townsend Tanner. Those are both $9.99 for both of them. That goes to Angela Tyree. John Wilson was next, then Jimmy Hodgkins. Rick Derringer. Usually sell his stuff. It's still available. John Barry wants the Dick Van Dyke. David, Whitney Houston out 40 is where I meant to stop. Okay, so Lisa Montgomery, Allman Brother, or Dwayne Allman's already sold. We can consider that sold to Tara Bell, but we'll go ahead and do a final call on Whitney Houston, and that's with Lisa Montgomery at $45. Going once, going twice. Hush, Sealed, Moon Mullican, Barbara Mandrell and Lee Greenwood, Barbara Mandrell, and Johnny Lee. So I sold about everything in there that I was... If it has the Woodstock chant song. It doesn't. I don't think it's on this one. Let me look one more time. I didn't see it. I don't know what that's actually called, but he's the anti-Vietnam protest. See, Rock and Roll Music, Susan, Moho Navigator, Bright Suburban, Good Guys, Bad Guys, The Fish Moan. I think it's called The Fish Chant. No, that's just 27 seconds. That's not it. The Harlem Song, Waltzing in the Moonlight, Away My Bubbles, Get This On, and an Untitled Protest. So, Wayne, you need that anyway. It's a nice copy. Debbie Blair wants BM. Debbie Blair, I'm fixing to die rag. That's what it's called. Yes. That's what it's called. It's fixing to die. It's not on there. Debbie Blair on BM. Barbara Mandrell. I've got two here. I've got one with Lee Greenwood or just the solo one, Debbie. Your pick. I think they're both sealed. And then Johnny Lee tracks. Johnny Lee for Sean. You've got Hey Bartender, Blue Monday. You've really got a hold on me. My Baby Don't Slow Dance. I'll have to say I love you in a song. That's a Jim Croce cover. Women in Boots. I'm in love again. In my dreams. I just want to love you forever and give me little nighttime. And Debbie Blair wants the solo. Barbara Mandrell is already sold, Tim. Unless you want the one with Lee Greenwood. And it is half off. It's $9.99. Pass, sorry. Okay. I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to lay out the Beatles and Country Joe. Those are two my only surprises. Everything else that's left in here, and Cat Stevens. I'm going to pull it out. These will be severely marked down for in-store shoppers. We're starting a bin. That's why we're cleaning out the Beatles and the Elvis bins. These will be like, we'll mark them down again. But tonight they're half off. If you can come in the store and shop, a benefit is you'll see these marked down even more. I don't know when we'll get to them, but because we already got 5 crates stacked over here already. All right, there's Barbara Mandrell. Whitney Houston is sold to Lisa Montgomery for $45, and Tara Bell, you get the Dwayne Allman for $55. And Tanner, set both of these aside because I'm going to clean them one more time because I touched that Whitney Houston when I was trying to fill that scratch and I smudged it. So I got to clean that, and I'm going to clean Dwayne Allman. We hadn't actually cleaned that one yet. It was already really nice, but we got to clean it. So Bill Toe wants Country Joe McDonald. Does anybody want the Beatles interview disc? $7, $6.99. The Beatles talk. You can put this on and hear the Beatles in their goofy press conferences. They were very witty. And then I'm still going to say $9.99 for Cat Stevens. Take both Mandrell for $12. I'm not going to turn that down. Sell Debbie both those for $12. Okay. Let's recap new vinyl. Let's do that when we come back. Let's pause right there. So when we come back, let me show you just the Smashing Pumpkins, just in case you got on. We did have Smashing Pumpkins come in. We had a lot of people on a waiting list. But this is Smashing Pumpkins Pure Acoustic, Unplugged and More, 1993. These are $33.99. I still have half a crate. Smashing Pumpkins. John Sheehan takes the Beatles. That's sold to John Sheehan. $7, by the way. It's on that one. Smashing Pumpkins, and we still got the Allman Brothers. When we come back, first thing we're going to do is recap our new vinyl that's new from this night, new from tonight, which is this bin right here. I'll try to go back over the waiting list again. We'll go over that. And next is more new. Still got 3 bins of new arrivals for whoever's waiting for the gospel. Gabby, please remind me when we come back, which will be 35 minutes from now. Will be we'll say 9:45. 9:45 is when we'll return, and we'll be live from 9:45 Central Time, probably till after 11 o'clock to go through all these. Stephen Tuttle says, give me another pumpkin. You got it. Do you have the Shinedown Madness? We may have one more left. But we're going to recap new arrivals, keep showing new arrivals, and keep showing half-off records. And if you like Beatles stuff, we end up having 3 bins of half-off Beatles stuff that's mixed in with all these other ones, just like this first one was. So come back and see us for that. All 133 people. I expect you to be on at 9:45. So thanks for watching. If you're a new buyer, make sure you've messaged our page, and we will be back at 9:45.